Hey guys, welcome back. I'm DC Gunner, and today we have for a review a Tag Heuer Monaco in black dial. And I reviewed the blue dial a while ago. I will link you in the description box if you want to check out the blue dial. And before having this on my wrist, I sincerely thought that the blue dial is the one to have, and probably still is. But the black dial is very handsome watch, as you can see on my wrist. I will give you lots of wrist shots and wrist rolls, but this watch is very handsome and looks fantastic. And Tag Heuer Monaco is always on my list, one of those watches that you should get from Tag Heuer, and one of those lists that what watch should you get in a certain price range. And without further ado, let's just jump into the review. Okay guys, we have here Tag Heuer Monaco. It's a CW2111-0, and this is basically Monaco caliber 17 black, and caliber 17 is basically ETA 2894-2 with the chronograph module added on. And how do you know it's a module? Well, here you do not have these lines straightened up. So if it's a 772 7750 proper chronograph, you will have a straight line because it's a proper chronograph. And here you have see a crown recessed down below, so you can tell it's a module added on. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just wanted to give you some info and some heads up with that. It's a beautiful watch. It's very sexy watch, and I'm gonna briefly go over the specs on this one, and then we'll talk how I feel about it. So it's a stainless steel case, 38 millimeter across the diameter. Water resistance is 30 meters, which is fine. It's a chronograph watch. It's like a land watch. It's not for sea. It's not for swimming. It's has a plexi crystal on here on this one, and it's very nicely squared off. It's a square watch, and one of those rare square watches that are iconic and they pull it off. It's a beautiful watch. It has a power reserve of 42 hours, ETA 2894. You can see that in lots of watches, especially it's a bit higher grade ETA than 2824-2. This is 94-2, and it's really nice. Also, it's a chronograph, as you know. It's a Tag Heuer Monaco. It's an iconic piece, Steve McQueen and all that, but I'm not gonna go into that because I want to talk more about the watch. This watch is beautiful. I love it. I reviewed the blue version of this piece, bit slightly different variation, but blue dial is mesmerizing. And the black one, I was a bit skeptic. And before this one, if someone would ask me, want to buy a Tag Heuer with a black dial Monaco, I would say no, I want a blue dial. But having this one here, looking at it, wearing it, and by the way, this is not my watch. I borrowed this for a review, and I really like it. And it comes on a black band, but the original owner prefers this one for summer, and I just want to keep it here. Beautiful watch. Love the plexi crystal. It's kind of goes back to the roots. Some people love it, some people don't like it. Some people like the sapphire or mineral, but plexi has its charm. On the case back, it's held it by 4 screws, 30 meter water resistant Tag Heuer Monaco. Here on the crown, you have just a logo crown, and what's interesting on this dial, you don't see your big Tag Heuer. Instead, you see Monaco and Tag Heuer down below, and I think it's very classy watch. It has hour indices that are highly polished, has a little bit of a loom, and overall, this is one of those beautiful watches that I really didn't have any feelings once before I got it on my wrist, and now it's one of my favorites next side to the reversal, and I'm really getting into the more squarish watches. But if you're gonna wear a square watch, it better be reversal or Tag Heuer Monaco. And these two are iconic watches, and this one is more sportier, and you will not be mistaken whenever you see someone Tag Heuer Monaco on the wrist. Uh, no matter the bad reputation Tag Heuer gets and everything else, but when you see a Monaco, you know that he's a proper watch enthusiast. And that's what I like about this watch. This is an iconic piece from a Tag Heuer. I usually recommend Tag Heuer Carrera and Monaco if you're gonna go with Tag Heuer. There are lots of good watches with Tag Heuer, but as all of these watches, I recommend them getting pre-owned, and this one will cost you somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 pre-owned on Chrono24 and some other sites. I think on Joma Shop you can get it under 3,000 brand new. And overall, it's a beautiful watch, has a cool history, and has that second kind of cool with Steve McQueen, second kind of cool connection. And not just that. When I see someone wears a Tag Heuer Monaco and someone else wearing Tag Heuer Carrera, Carrera might be someone who just walked into the boutique, he liked the watch and got it, but the Monaco is really acquired taste, and I can tell you with 99% that the guy got it because he's enthusiast. He's a watch enthusiast, and it's a great watch, looks great. It's a ETA 2824, so it's very serviceable, easy to service, and overall, it's a peach on the wrist. Peach on the wrist? That came out wrong, but take it whatever you want. I really like this watch on my wrist. It's really sexy and looks, and it's iconic, and you cannot beat the Tag Heuer Monaco, my favorite Tag Heuer of all times right now. After I got the Blue Dial review, I will link you in the description if you want to check out the Blue Dial review, but this one is also nice. There's a lots of these Tag Heuers with the Caliber 11, this is Caliber 17, and all that good stuff, but Tag Heuer is one of those iconic watches that always will make my list for the best watches, best value watches you should get in any price range, and it's really cool watch.